everyone, my name is Alex and welcome to the How I Edit Analog Horror Videos tutorial. In this tutorial, I will present to you the softwares that I use to edit and create custom thumbnails for the Solar Tapes episode. I will also dive into some of the techniques that I use to create my videos. So let's get started. Before you start editing, the first step you will need to make is obviously plan the video, aka the pre-production. I am not a specialist in how to come up with ideas and how to write them, but my advice to you is to come up with original ideas and themes. And remember to write a script so you can work with that while editing. After you have finished the script, we can start the post-production. So here we are in Adobe Premiere Pro. This is a program that I use to edit all of my videos. So let's get right into it. Create new project and you can call it whatever you like. Remember to choose CUDA for renderer and click OK. Now you may not be familiar with this interface, and the reason is because in Adobe Premiere Pro you can actually change the interface however you like, and this is how I personally change it. You can do whatever you want with the interface on your PC, on your Premiere Pro. So yeah, we will need to work on this tutorial with the interface that I personally have, because this is how I'm comfortable the most. Alright, so how I edit. First of all, I like to create 3 folders so I can put videos, images and music in different folders to stay organized. You do that by creating a new bin, and I do one for video files, other one for image files, and for music files. You can zoom, dragging here, you can zoom a little bit. And now I will import the clips that I will use. Alright, so I imported the clips that I think I will use in this tutorial. Now we need to create a sequence, so press Ctrl N and you can call it whatever you want, and go to settings and choose 24 frames per second, because that's the film standard. That's how the films are shot. They are shot in 24 frames per second. Now about frame size, the ratio, I personally edit in 16:9, even though it's analog horror and technically they are 4:3, but you can edit them in whatever you like. So click OK. And now we have got the timeline. So I'm going to import the first clip right there into the timeline. Now, as you can see, this clip is very small, so we need to zoom in by dragging this. It's not enough to just drag it horizontally. You can also zoom it vertically like this, so you can actually see the clip better. Now I'm going to show you guys how I edit the VHS effect, like how I put the VHS effect over the entire episode. So first of all, I create an adjustment layer. And boom, put the adjustment layer over the entire clip. So I guess I will go somewhere pretty high. I don't know exactly now, but in the very top of the timeline. And you are going to drag it over the entire video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a crop effect over the adjustment layer. And with this effect, that's going to appear basically for me here. I'm going to add 13% on the left, and 13% on the right. And also maybe a little bit of feather to make it a little bit more blurred, because why not? And basically I give that 4:3 aspect ratio filling. Even though it's not actually 4:3, I simply just cut everything under the adjustment layer on the left and on the right with 13%. Next, I add another adjustment layer. We're just going to drag here another one because I'm going to put other effects that are very important, at least for my videos. I'm going to add lens distortion, I think it's called. And what we are going to do with this effect is that we are going to distort the entire video to look more like it's an old VHS tape. So what I do is I just set the curvature on 5, and you will see that it actually creates, you know, a bit of a curvature, I guess, if you can call it like that, over the entire video. Now the next effect that I put is kind of something complicated because it's actually a preset that I made. I basically call this effect analog frames, and this effect makes the entire screen move like extremely a little bit to look like it's an old film. And the way I did this is I basically put a transform effect. As you can see, it's actually a transform effect, and I keyframe the position to change a little bit from a few frames. So let's see. So from 2 frames basically I changed the position a little bit, and it does the same thing. Then I just copy paste the keyframes so I can put it on the entire video basically. And I also changed the scale to be on 104. I will show you how I keyframe this effect. So I'm going to delete all the keyframes and I will show you from scratch. So click on the position keyframe that's here, go to frames into the right and change a little bit the position. So let's say 542. Then go out of 2 frames and basically come back to what it was before and repeat the same process. And now the only thing you are going to do is you are going to copy paste it for extremely a lot of times basically. So you copy paste a lot because this effect needs to play out over the entire video, and the entire video can be, you know, 5 minutes long or even longer. It depends on what you are doing, but you just copy paste like this and that's it. Next I add a blur effect over the entire video. So I'm going to search for the Gaussian blur effect and drag it over here, and I will put blurriness on 5. And that's it. Next I put the VHS static effect. So I'm going to use this clip that I have from YouTube, VHS glitch vol 2, but you can use whatever you like. So double click on it and you can choose only a part of it. Personally, I use only the beginning, so you can press I on your keyboard. So you choose the beginning and go to the point where you want to use this shot. Personally, I don't use a lot. Then you basically press O. You press O, so you are going to use only that portion of the clip, and now you are going to drag it over the timeline. Now I'm going to show you guys how you use blending modes now. So click on the clip and you go to opacity, and you are going to change the blending mode to screen or add. I personally change it to on add. Now I'm going to cut from it a little bit more, so you can press C on your keyboard and cut from there. Press V so you turn to cursor mouse and delete this clip. Drag it to the beginning, and now you're just going to copy paste it over the entire video. Now easy way you can do this is you will press Alt on your keyboard, you need to long press Alt, and you are just going to drag the clip, and that's how you can duplicate very easily. And you can do it to more clips at the same time. Next, I will show you how to do picture in picture. So I'm going to put a new image. So I'm going to use this logo that I created. So drag it over the background, and you can put wherever you like. And remember to change the position, the scale. And now I'm going to show you how I add a chromatic effect, that RGB color effect. So go search for the VR digital glitch and put it over every image from the episode. So now select the VR digital glitch effect, go to distortion, and basically put everything on like 0 or 1 in this case. 0, and change the color evolution on like 124. And now here the color distortion, you can change it to something less or something more, it depends on what you want to do. And now it has that RGB color effect. You can also put it on the background. It's something that I personally recommend. Now I will show you how to use other blending modes, effects, and image effects. So here in the image files, I guess I'm going to create a new item that's going to be called color mate. So click OK, and you can choose whatever color you like. I guess I'm going to choose some sort of orange, because why not? So click OK, and now I'm going to show you other things you can do with blending modes. You can create different effects that can be scary looking, as you can see, or they can change the entire saturation of the clip. Now I want to also show you how to add the masking effect. So the way you do it, you go to opacity and you choose the free draw bezier, and you are going to draw the contour of the mask. So it can be whatever, I don't really care. And I added a mask effect, and now I'm going to show you what you can do with it. You can invert it, you can add feather, expand it, or even change the opacity. And if you go to mask path, you can animate the mask. So I'm going to show you an example. You keyframe it, and I will change it into something, and now it's animated. Next, I will show you how I edit a text in a Solar Tapes episode. So I use the essential graphics, and I go and search for the basic title. I drag it over the timeline, and I can type whatever I want. I use what I have written in the script, of course. I guess, I don't know, it's something random I put. I don't recommend doing emergency alert system videos, but it's just something random I put. Select also, you can change the font into whatever you want. So I change it to Pixel Boy, to look like 4 bits kind of thing. Here you can change the color if you want. Here you can add some contour to the text. So you can choose black and make it bigger. And other things like a background or a shadow. And here you can animate the text however you want, or change some author position. I recommend doing them here under the text effect, if you can call it like that. I don't recommend doing them over the vector motion or over the video motion. I recommend changing them here under the text effect. Of course, now I'm going to copy paste the RGB color effect because it has to be on everything, so I will just copy paste it and change it to not have as much color distortion. Next I will show you guys some transitions. So here in the video transitions you have a lot of transitions that you can use. You can use cross dissolve, the most basic one. You just put it over here and it disappears like that. Now I will show you how I add the glitch effects that I use in short taste videos. And usually the glitch effects from my videos are some sort of transitions, even though they are not really, video transitions that you can find over here in the video transition library, but they work as video transitions in my episodes, but you need to create them by using other effects. So I'm going to move all of this more high because I need more space. Because I usually use an adjustment layer to create those glitch effects. Usually they are very short, they are for like 8 frames or something like that. And now I use various effects. It really depends on what I want to use. An effect that I like to use a lot is offset. It's find distort, and I put it over the adjustment layer, and what it does is basically moves the entire screen in some sort of way. So let's animate this. Go into the beginning, click on the frame, go at the end and move it. Not a lot, but maybe like 2 times. Make it go up 2 times, something like that. And I think it's enough. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's a bit too much even. So I'm going to edit the effect a little bit more because it's too much. It moves too fast, too much. Now it looks better. Next I will show you how to edit some music. So I will go to music files. I can import some music now. I guess I'm going to use the channel 7 theme because I'm too lazy to choose something else. So put the music, I guess, from the beginning. It depends now on what you are doing with your scene now. So to edit sound, it's very important to choose to change the volume, and you do it here on the level. It depends now what you want, what kind of music you use. It depends how loud it is, but drag the volume down a bit so it doesn't break your ears. Now to make the music sound old, go to Essential Sound, go to Dialogue, and now choose the From the Television preset, and that's going to make the music sound like it's coming from an old TV. And also drag this so you can actually hear it a bit louder. Like how you can add transitions over video clips and image clips, you can also add fade in and fade out at the end of music files. So I guess I'm going to cut it right there, and you can right click on here and apply a default transition, and that's it. And that's how you can fade in and fade out. So what I did here is a fade out. Now we go to the left and I added a fade in now. Another very important sound that I use over my analog horror videos is basically the VHS ambience type of thing. If this one is called full VHS sound, drag it under the entire project and drag the volume down. I put it very low, like -20 or something like that, very low. It's not supposed to sound too loud because that will be pretty annoying. Now, since we add a video glitch, when you add a video glitch, it's also very important to add a sound glitch so it can look more realistically. Personally, I have a lot of glitch sound effects that I have downloaded over YouTube. I guess I will put them in the description box below this video so you can find the link and download them yourself. So I guess I will drag this one. Now double click on it and choose the sound that you want to use. When you found the right sound that you want to use, do the same thing, press on I, then at the end of the sound press on O, so you can drag only this sound and not the entire clip in the timeline. Of course you will need to cut a bit more. Usually I don't really apply the from television sound audio effect over the sound effects because then they will sound too low and you will not be able to hear them, but they are already glitch effects, sound effects, so I don't think they really need any more audio effects. I will just let them like this. And yeah, we basically kind of created an analog horror video. I mean, of course it's something random and unscripted in my case, but that's really the process of creating analog horror videos. Now I recommend to experiment with every video effects and every audio effects and also audio transitions and lumetri presets and everything that you have got here, and you need to learn how to use them creatively so you can create amazing videos. Now I'm going to show you something that's kind of bonus. It's not really something for analog horror, but I want to show you how to actually edit color correction over clips. That's something that I use it more in like my other videos, like the mountain trip video or the Q&A, videos that are not analog horror. I want to show it a little bit in this tutorial as well. So I'm going to use this video clip. If you want to drag the clip with sound, because now it doesn't have any sound, it's just the clip without sound, what you need to do is you need to be sure that you have V1 and also A1 selected, so when you drag it, it also has the sound. Now if you don't want to have any sound, you can or if you want to detach it, you can click on unlink and now you have detached the audio, and you can delete it or edit or do whatever you want. I guess I will also cut all of this, all these effects, because I don't need them over this shot. So here we are, we have this shot which doesn't have the analog effects because I don't want them over here. I just want to have the original clip. Go to Lumetri Color and experiment with the color correction now. So you can change the temperature, you can give a more blue nuance or a yellow, it depends on whatever you want to do, a green or a purple. They are under the white balance, so the purpose of this is to actually fix the white balance. So if the white balance is not good in your video, you basically need to change the colors a little bit so you can fix the white balance. So in my case, I think it has a little bit too much green. I think it's too much green over my shot, so a way to fix that is to add a little bit of purple, which is the opposite of green. Not too much, but a little bit, so it can look a little bit better. And maybe you can even change here in some way, but not too much. And that's it. Here over the tone you can change the brightness in so many ways. You can change the exposure. I guess I shall not do that here because yeah. You can edit the contrast. Maybe you should have a little bit of contrast. Highlights, shadows, whites. I think my shot has a little bit too much white because of the sky, so maybe put it on over negative. And blacks. I guess I will also put it over negative. You can change the saturation. Put it like that, I think. Go to creativity, you can also change the vibrance, sharpened. You can look more blurred or like more like this. You can also edit the color tint. I think with a bit more yellow it will look better. Don't forget to change the curves as well. Now we are on white, and it's kind of the same thing as changing the brightness in a way. It doesn't really do much. But if you go to red, you change the red tone of the entire shot, and it helps creating different effects, different filters, I think is better to say. Also, if you have color wheels and match, you can change it, the colors like this, in different ways, how you like it. And last but not least, you have vignette, and it helps creating different cinematic shots. Also, there are other effects that you can add, like the fast color correction. You can drag it over here, and you can also change the filters on the clip. And also the saturation from here to make it more intense. So yeah, I recommend to experiment with as many effects as you can, so you can actually learn how to edit color correction, and not just color correction, but anything that you want to create. After you finish editing the video, press Ctrl M so you can render it. Choose high quality 1080p HD. Make sure you choose hash point 264. Use maximum render quality, and choose a folder so you can render it somewhere. After your video finished rendering and you see that the video is good and it's ready to be uploaded, now we need to create the custom thumbnail. So we are going to use Adobe Photoshop for this. Do the same thing, create new, choose 2080p over 720, and title is something, and create. Usually when I use the background, I use a background that is also used in the video itself. For this I like to go back into Premiere Pro, and basically I hide everything, like all of these effects. I hide them all. I delete even the digital glitch, and I press over the program sequence. I'm going to press something, I don't know how the keyboard is called, how the key is called, but I will show you over the video how it's called. So you press that, so you can actually make the entire video full screen, and you just print screen. You just press print screen. Press the same thing to exit the full screen. Go to Photoshop, copy, paste, and add a background. After that, I put the logo of the series. After that, I use some other images that also appear in the video. I guess I can put that in my video. I just drag it, scale it, and put it somewhere in the left. It's much smaller. I put it behind the Solar Tapes logo, and I choose blending mode, and I change the opacity. I put it on like a 50 or something like that. Also, I put a VHS effect. The way I do it is I go here and do the same thing as with the like how I did with the background. I make it full screen again. I press print screen, return to Photoshop, and put the VHS effect in the Photoshop. I go to blending options and I choose add. If I want to, I can duplicate it if I think it's not enough. Duplicate it, maybe even rotate it so it doesn't look identical. So yeah, now I'm going to show you how to edit text in Photoshop. So I'm going to put something there. Press on Ctrl so you can change the scale. Select it, choose whatever font you want. Usually I use the same font that I use in the video, so it looks accurate. I will choose white. I go again over the blending options, and I will show you how you can actually edit text. I can drop a shadow. As you can see, it has a shadow. Change the angle, distance, the size. Don't make it too big. The spread, I recommend to add a little bit of spread so you can actually see the shadow. I can add the bevel and emboss to make the text look cooler, I guess. I don't know how to say it. I can add a stroke, which is the same thing with the contour. Or I can add a gradient if I want to. I press on gradient and I can edit it. Look in various ways. I can use various colors. I can make it look like this if I want to. And yeah, and after you have finished creating the custom thumbnail, you go to save. Make sure you don't choose the PNG because YouTube doesn't support PNG. You are going to choose JPEG. It's very important to choose JPEG and name it, and that's it. Assuming that you have created a YouTube account, you are going to upload the video. So click upload video, select file, and don't forget to add a description. Here, I don't know. Here you upload the thumbnail. Choose the playlist. It's very important to choose the playlist. Setting note is not made for kids because it's analog horror, and analog horror is not supposed to be made for kids. If you click on show more, you are going to find the tags. I recommend to add as many tags as possible so your video can be searched and can be found by as many people as possible. And in the end, you can choose to just upload it on public, or you can schedule it like how I do it, set as a premiere whenever you want. You click here and that's it, you have uploaded your video. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope it was interesting and that you have learned something new in this tutorial. Be sure to hit that like button and to comment and to share this video and to subscribe for more awesome videos like this. Thank you and bye.